Baby, it's the top for a boss, huh? I got you swag in my walk, huh?
Another day, another video. Lock in, guys. Another day, another video. Lock in. In today's video, I just got off work. In today's video, I will be reacting to first jobs, okay? After that, we have a segment where I will be ranking all of the jobs I have worked at from best jobs to worst jobs. And I actually have people who can vouch for me that I have worked at these jobs, and I have proof that I have worked at these jobs. I have proof for some of these jobs. I literally have proof in my closet. Like I still have the hat for some of them. I still have I have like little artifacts, like little stuff that I can just prove to y'all that I was working there at one point in time. I do not work at any of these jobs at this point in time currently. So let's go.
Hey, welcome. Good to have you here. Yeah, take a seat. Go ahead. Let's get started here. What's your work experience look like? Oh, I've done babysitting, some freelance work. Sorry, babysitting? Yeah. Okay. I meant actual jobs, like a corporation. Yeah, like a real job. I'm 16. Get a load of it.
Yo, get a load of this guy is crazy.
This guy. Getting your first job can be a huge pain. Instead of asking yourself, where do I want to work? It's probably going to be more like, where do I not want to work?
You're going to work at McDonald's, bro. You're going to be at Burger King with everybody else. Just fall in line, buddy.
The least. If you go around asking people their dream jobs, you're not going to hear, oh, I've always dreamed about working minimum wage at McDonald's. But like, you don't have many other options than that. When I turned 16, the legal working age in my state, I pretty much went straight to applying to places. My first choice being Target. Don't say it's Target. You're gonna get sued. I've already said it's Target before. Stop talking. My first choice being this one unnamed.
Sheesh, man. My first job was McDonald's. Embarrassing.
And womp womp, gonna have to get used to that feeling. I should also clarify this was 2021, which was a weird time to get a job, or exist. Every store at the time had their applications online, which like easier for me, I don't want to go places. I applied to a few stores around the same shopping center and soon enough found myself prepped for an interview at
Carl's Jr.
Man.
Hey guys, welcome to my place to
W
work
job,
list.
though.
Starting off, we got Carl's Jr.
I've probably eaten Carl's Jr. once
Trash! I've never ate Carl's Jr. ever a day in
in my life, and now I'm about to work there, maybe? I step inside, of course, they're like, hey, what can I get for you? One job interview, please. Please don't hire this guy. I sat down at a booth with the manager, and the interview went well. I'll spare the details since it was just a stereotypical job interview question.
Bro, I hate doing interviews, bro. It's so weird. It's so, like, weird, bro. Like, you have to just sit across from somebody else explaining, like, selling your soul, like, why they should hire you for money.
Questions. At the end, she said I pretty much had the job. I just needed to take a super easy online test to get a certificate allowing me to legally handle food. I went home and started applying to other jobs. I didn't want to work at Carl's Jr. If nobody else hired me, sure, it'd be my last resort. But until then, I was going to keep trying elsewhere. Soon later, I started seeing a bunch of my friends get hired at Target. What?
And that's how, like, I actually got a lot of my jobs. Like, a lot of my jobs were just like last resort. Like, if I were to lose this job or anything happens or I don't want to work here, I just go to this one, or I just go to this one. That's why I always had, like, I'll explain later.
They got hired? So of course I tried applying again, a little more hopeful this time, and boom, I got accepted for an interview. All right, when can I come in? Oh, it's an online interview. Even better, I don't like going places. Hey there, we're gonna ask you a few questions, then just press record to record your answer. Oh. Instead of it being like a Zoom call, they wanted me to just record myself answering their questions, which like kind of weird, but okay, less human interaction sounds good to me.
Hey guys, so I'm like really cool, and God, where's the restart button?
Yo, this is crazy.
You're hired! Yay! Hear that, Carl's Jr.? I'll be going elsewhere. It's not you, it's 5 in the morning. I requested to work in the evenings because school will be starting soon, but they were like, well, until then, you're gonna be working super early. Okay. Soon enough, it was orientation day. I got in my super nice bike and rode over to meet with everyone else doing orientation. We had to bring 2 forms of ID to get started, and I did. This guy. Hey, yeah, wow, nice social security, but this school ID is from last year. That doesn't count. We're not hiring 9th grade Garrett, are we? Yeah? Where's 10th grade Garrett?
great, Garrett.
Now that I was exhausted from riding as fast as I could, they gave us a tour of the building and how things worked around there. For my first few shifts, they had me watch hours worth of training videos, which was very boring. Why are you telling me to make sure I make it to the bathroom?
I've never worked at Target within like the many of years of me applying to other jobs. I have never worked at Target, and I've applied to work there so many times. So Target, what's up, bro? I just feel like there's some type of like I don't know, man. They just not trying to hire me, bro. Like,
Has that, happened before? I don't know why you're telling me this. I thought working mornings would be kind of dreadful, but I was so wrong. I'd ride my bike there before the sun was even up and got to work in an empty store for 3 hours. And then after my shift, it'd be noon, so I still had so much daytime left. I think unnamed retail store was a great first job. I worked there for about 2 years and...
What? You quit? How could you do that?
I didn't quit. Yeah, I quit.
If you've got any fun first job stories, you can let me know in the comments. And if you're looking to get your first job soon, I wish you the best of luck.
facts, man. W video. All right, let's get to the segment. Working at McDonald's has to be the worst. I would assume it's the worst, but I know they have good benefits and everything. They'll pay for you to go to school and all that good stuff. But let's be honest, you're working at McDonald's, okay? So the pay is obviously not that good. So I asked Google, and they obviously have these AI reviews whenever you ask them something. I asked Google to rate working at McDonald's 1 out of 10, and they said, for a young person looking for a first job, it can be a valuable starting point, while for others, it can be physically and mentally draining with low pay. And this is true, because you have to deal with customers, and the employees, and the food, and the customers, and the customers, and the customers. Yeah, so here's some of the perks and everything, but let's get straight to the point. For a teenager's first job, 6 out of 10. Not that bad. For a long-term career, 4 out of 10. It's horrible. For a high-stress environment with low pay, a 2 out of 10. Buddy, this is crazy work. Okay? 2 out of 10 is insane. Overall, working at McDonald's just sounds like a 0 out of 10. Don't work there. But obviously, if you were 15 or 16, that's the only place you could work at. So that was my first job. And honestly, for that being my first job, it wasn't that bad because I was working with a lot of my friends from high school. So it wasn't all that bad for me. So yeah. We're going to start off with the jobs they already put on here. And then we're going to go into the jobs I have worked at personally. So let's start off with a construction worker. Painful. Okay. I think it would be my last choice personally. Well, no. I'll just put it at painful because, dealing with construction and things like that, you can get hurt, obviously. And anything can happen to you at any point in time because you're working on houses and roofs and you're building high structured just the life of a construction worker. There could be many accidents and things of that nature. So I'll just put it at very painful. Or I'll just put it at crappy. I know it pays good, but anything can happen to you. Oil rig worker. Crappy as well. Oil rig worker and construction worker are in the same boat, I would say. Librarian. Decent. It's not that bad of a job, I would say. I've never worked there personally, but I can only imagine being a librarian can't be too hard. A librarian, not a librarian, a librarian can't be too hard. I would imagine. Surgeon. Definitely would probably be my last choice. Imagine somebody comes to the ER with their leg split in half and you just have to put it back together or use duct tape to wrap the leg back in. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna be a surgeon anytime soon. That's gonna be my last choice of work. Okay, I don't want to be a surgeon. I don't want to have to have anyone's life be in my hands and their heart is just jumping out of their chest and I just have to stitch their chest back together, and I'm not doing that. Like, you know, pet food taster. What do you mean pet food taster? Is that a real job? I'm not tasting pet food. What are we talking about right now? Pet food taster? Why would I want to taste pet food? Is that real? A pet food taster is a quality control professional who evaluates pet food for taste, texture, smell, and overall quality. You're eating that? The job involves tasting products and providing feedback? No, I'm not working there. That's going to the bottom of the bottom. Sorry. Worst of the worst. It literally says right here, often spitting out the food after assessing it. Obviously, duh. It's not meant to be eaten by humans. Why are humans? Why is this a real job? This is crazy, bro. And they're not even paying that much. Like, $35 an hour. I mean, honestly, in today's society, a lot of people would take that. I'm being honest, okay? A lot of people would take that. With the way that the freaking economy is set up right now, a lot of people would take that. That's actually good money. But unfortunately, you're going at the worst of the worst, okay? Yeah, you're just gonna have to hold that L right there, take that spot, because I would never try that. I don't want to eat pet food. I'm not tasting your pet food. I don't care if it tastes like Taco Bell, or even if it tasted like Chick-fil-A, even if it tasted like Olive Garden, okay? I don't care if Gordon Ramsay made this pet food. I'm not eating it. So what's next? Factory worker. Last choice, obviously. Who wants to work in a factory, bro? You're literally gonna be working your days, like count your days, bro. Working in a factory, like nobody wants to do that. Nuclear power plant, no. Last choice, I don't want to work there, bro. I don't want to work at a nuclear power plant. Like what? Like who just wakes up and is just like, I want to work in a factory? Nobody does that. Nobody plans on working in a factory. Like they probably have very, very good pay. The salary is probably amazing. You can probably have a really good career working in a nuclear power plant or a factory, and probably have like, you know, some good money coming in and, you know, be well off. But not me. Okay? That's gonna be my last choice. YouTuber, pretty good. Pretty good. Being a YouTuber is amazing. Well, from what I have seen, and the people that I am subscribed to, and the people that I watch on YouTube, they make it look fun, and I watch them all the time, like often. I wouldn't say I watch YouTube every day, but for a lot of the time I do watch YouTube. We're gonna have to do a YouTube tier list. Actually, we're gonna have to do a YouTube tier list, a YouTuber tier list of who I think some of the best YouTubers are personally. Animal breeder. Last choice. I'm not doing that either. Just breed animals. Animal breeder salary. Yeah, this is definitely not worth my time either. It's not worth my money. It's not worth anything. Like, yeah, I would just not do it. Like, I'll pass. I'll pass on that. Soldier. This is like going to the army or going to the navy or going to the Marines. I'll pass on that. I don't want to go to war anytime soon. But even you know, even though they have like different departments of being in the Navy and the Marines and, you know, things like that, you don't have to go to war. You can do other stuff like behind the scenes, like being in the nursing field in the Marines, or you can be like so you can do like cybersecurity, or, you know, just different stuff like that. But that's my last choice. I'll pass on that. School bus driver, crappy. I would assume you have to deal with a bunch of annoying kids and high schoolers, or it depends on, because I know some bus drivers do elementary, middle school, and high school, so they drive for all 3 grades, or not all 3 grades, but all 3 schools. They drive for all 3 schools, so middle school, elementary school, and high school. But yeah, I would assume it's a crappy job because just dealing with kids in general is like annoying, obviously. Yeah. Paramedic, last choice. Definitely last choice. I feel like paramedic and surgeon go in the same boat. Like, and I'm pretty sure you have to be on call like a lot because anything can happen to anyone at any point in time. So you just have to be prepared for like anything, and you have to be like anything can happen. You just have to be ready. Yeah. Roofer, worst of the worst. Obviously, just listen to the sound of that job. Roofer, you're gonna be on the roof of wherever you're going, and anything can happen, and you could fall off that roof. And then, so yeah, I'll pass. Amazon warehouse, worst of the worst. I've worked there. It's on the list. I'm not gonna talk about the story yet. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk about the story yet. Freddy Fazbear's Guard, worst of the worst. Not doing that. I refuse to get my head ripped off, okay? Yeah, like this is gonna be me right here. I'll pass, respectfully. I'm not doing that. And if anybody were to actually sign up for this job, let's pray for them. Okay, we're gonna pray for them. We're gonna Waffle House worker, worst of the worst. I've seen too many videos of freaking Waffle House workers fighting and getting chairs and stuff like that thrown at them, and I just would not sign up for that, me personally. Sewer cleaner, worst of the worst. I don't want to play in Dookie. I don't want to play or swim in Dookie, and I definitely don't want to smell it. Lifeguard, decent. I feel like lifeguard is a very decent job. Like, it doesn't even sound all that bad. Like, you just have to keep watch and be on standby for anybody who doesn't know how to swim, and anyone who could possibly lose their life. Not lose their life, but anyone who could possibly be drowning and things of that nature in the pool. So I would definitely be a lifeguard. That actually does sound like a pretty cool job. It doesn't sound that bad. I don't know what this is about, so we're just gonna put that. We're just gonna leave that there. Crime scene cleaner. Worst of the worst. Teacher. We're gonna put that in decent, because I know some teachers actually genuinely love their job. And some teachers obviously hate their job. You can tell by the way they act. But I think it was an overall decent job because you can actually have a pretty good career in teaching from what I've seen. I'm not too sure what this is. I'm leaving that there. I'm not touching that. Singer, songwriter, dancer, pretty good. Pretty good. We do have a lot of ghostwriters who be making that bank, man. Even if you're like a solo artist. For example, Lil Uzi Vert. He is living the best life right now. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, pretty good job. Pretty good job to have. I know I would definitely want that as my job. Queen's Guard. What is a Queen's Guard? Queen's Guard. Queen's Guard. Oh nah, you think I'm gonna be wearing this? You think I'm gonna be standing there looking crazy for you? Look at Speed, bro. What is this? Nah, bruh. Like, what if they try to? What if they try me, bro? What if one of them slap me, bro? Am I just supposed to stand there, like? No, I'm not standing there, bro. I'm finna slap the bro. No, bro. Like, we gonna be fighting in this little red suit I have to wear. We gonna be fighting, bro. I'm not doing that. Like, what? Like, bro, what? Like, look at him. He probably got slapped up too. That's why he on the floor. He fainted during the. Look at him, bro. He fainted, bro. It was too hot outside. Y'all ain't get him no water, bro. Y'all treating us like slaves out here, bro. In this heat. You think I'm gonna be marching around like in this heat, bro? No. Give me some water. Give me something to drink or something, bro. No. Hey, how much they paying though? Like I hate that. Like I'm saying no, I would never do this job, but then I'll proceed to ask how much are they paying? Cause I would probably do it depending on how much money they making. Like. And I hate that. I hate that, bro. I literally hate that. But no, worst of the worst, bro. I'm not about to be standing around and marching, doing your little guard dance. No, bro. I'm not doing that. Dentist. We're gonna put that at decent. It's a decent career. It's a decent job to have. I'm not gonna lie. I think. Being a dentist is a pretty good job to have. I'm not gonna lie. Writer. Pretty good. Uber driver. I've never worked as an Uber driver, but from what I've heard, it can be pretty crappy sometimes. So yeah, not everybody has the best experience Uber driving. And yeah, I don't think they pay all that much, to be honest. I'm not too sure. I know some people actually live off being a Uber driver. But you know, it just doesn't pay the bills, from what I've heard. So we're just gonna put it at crappy. And not everybody has had the best experience. Animator, pretty good job. I would definitely love this job if I knew how to animate. I actually have to teach myself some stuff because I don't know how to like make cartoons and stuff like that. So I think animator would be a pretty good job. What is this, bro? I'm putting all this in the trash. I don't know why they keep popping up, bro. I don't want to be involved in none of this stuff, bro. Trash, bro. Why does it keep popping up? Like that's the third time, bro. Nursing home worker. Last choice, bro. Worst of the worst, bro. Like I have heard stories of people who work in nursing homes getting spit on, bro. All type of stuff, bro. Like people running around butt naked. All type of stuff, bro. No. Worst of the worst, literally. Fast food worker. Worst of the worst. Artist. Pretty good. Suicide hotline is crazy work, bro. Last choice of job. Who would want to work that? Like, that's crazy work. Cleaner. Crappy. Because I feel like being a cleaner definitely comes with, like, cleaning up like doo-doo, bro. I'm not trying to do that. Like, who wants to clean up doo-doo, bro? Customer service. Last choice, bro. You gotta deal with annoying people, bro, who don't got no respect for nobody. Trucker. Being a trucker is actually like it's pretty good. Like it's pretty good. Like they be making that money. I'm cooked, bro. School janitor, trash. Last choice, bro. Actually, no, school janitor. I'll just put that like crappy. Like it wouldn't be my last choice, but it's like I would just put it like in the crappy catalog, like in the crappy section, cause like you're a school janitor, bro. I mean, I don't have much else to say. So my experience working at Home Depot was actually pretty decent. Like I'm not gonna lie, like it was actually pretty good. I don't know which department I was working in, but I know I wasn't there for too long because I needed more money and just like the pay just wasn't working out for me. So I ended up leaving after like 2 months. But for the time that I was there, it was actually pretty good. They have really good benefits and everything. Like everything. Like even the people that I work with, amazing people. Best Buy. Pretty decent job, not gonna lie. Like Best Buy is a pretty good job. Once again, I was not working there long enough to even experience any of the benefits or anything like that, but the people I was working with, they were actually pretty cool. They were old heads. Like they were old people. Like they were old. I was like working for like the Geek Squad, so I had to make this video official, man. Just so y'all actually think I'm just not sitting here capping about everything. I'm not making this up, okay? I was working at Best Buy for like, I think 2 months before I left. I literally was working for the Geek Squad, which was pretty cool. It wasn't all that bad. I was working like setting up TVs and stuff. I would go out to people's houses and mount TVs like in the little Geek Squad truck. And I wasn't even there for that long. I think I was there for like a couple months as well. I just never stayed at a job for not that long. Like I would just be job hopping. It was horrible. But Best Buy definitely goes in the decent section. Like it's a really good job. They pay pretty good. The people I was working with were just like really old, and basically they were just like hating on me. Like they were literally meat riding. Like they were literally meat riding, bro. That's why I left. So yeah, I ended up leaving Best Buy. It was cool. It's cool. It's cool. Whatever. So next job is Taco Bell. Worst of the worst, bro. Anybody who's ever worked at Taco Bell know it's trash, bro. Straight up, it's trash. No, nothing else to say, bro. I don't got nothing else to say about Taco Bell, bro. It's trash, bro. Any like fast food is trash, bro. Like, I would just never work there ever again. It didn't pay that much. I specifically remember my boss being a butthole to me, but it's cool because she's probably meat riding right now anyway. Meat riding the next person. Yeah, it was just not that. But you do get free food though. Like at the end of the shift, I got free food all the time, so that's that. But other than that, Taco Bell was trash, bro. I have nothing good to say about working there. Like no good stories I can recall. Nothing. CarMax, pretty good job. I can say CarMax was a pretty good job. I'm not gonna lie. I actually like working at CarMax. I was an overnight detailer, so I was working, and there's a proof. I have the proof. Hold up, cuz y'all thought y'all was slick. I got the proof now. Hold on. I have the proof, okay? I was working at CarMax at one point in time. I actually have like this thing I found being an overnight detailer, okay? I was overnight detailer, and then I switched to inventory. So being an overnight detailer, we get paid based off commission. It's commission pay. And then we get all the cars and we make sure they clean and stuff before they actually hit the floor, and they gotta go like on a little rotator, and they gotta take pictures of them and stuff like that and put them on the website. So we had to like clean it inside, clean it outside, run it through the car wash, clean the tires. We had to if it had like any scratches on it or anything like that, we had to buff out the scratches on the car. We had to put paint where if like paint was chipped on any parts of the car, we had to refill it with paint. I actually like working there. The only problem was this was like around 2020, so I ended up getting COVID. Okay, I was out for like 2 weeks. On top of that, I was working overnight shift, so I would go in at 6 p.m. and I wouldn't leave till like 7 a.m. the next morning. And I was doing that for like a little while. And I actually like that job though, I'm not gonna lie. I was working with my friend Donovan. Shout out Donovan. Yeah, man, I was working at CarMax. I actually like going through all of the cars, and actually one of the craziest things that ever happened to me when I was there, I crashed one of the trucks. Crazy work. I crashed one of the trucks by accident. It was a big truck. I was going too fast in the parking lot, and I ended up crashing one of the trucks. But I didn't get cooked for it. My manager actually spared me. Like, you know, he said accidents and stuff like that happen, and he just, you know, I don't think I got a write-up for it either. But I end up switching to inventory. Now, working for inventory, you just have to go out on the lot and count how many cars there are in total. And you have to bring them up to the front. I forgot how inventory works, but I know we had to like make sure every car was accounted for, and there's different like there's different sections because the parking lot is huge, so we had to make sure every car was accounted for and bring it through. And actually I went in one of the cars because I think I got in every car. Obviously that was working at CarMax was my first time driving a Dodge Challenger. That car felt like I was driving a boat, man. That car is huge. And it was my first time driving a Tesla too. This was like a few years ago. So my first time driving a Tesla, I was working at CarMax. I didn't even know how to start the car. I didn't know how to start the car. I didn't know how to start the Tesla. So there's like once you get in a Tesla, there's gonna be like a little middle console. In the middle console, you put the You put the card on the thing and it starts. That's how you start a Tesla. And it took me like 10 minutes to start the car. I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, I like CarMax, man. CarMax is cool. I shouldn't have stayed there. It's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I actually went in every one of the cars and I found some stuff. I found this thing. There we go. I found this in one of the cars and I just took it with me. Found one of these joints. Took it with me. And I still got my name tag. Hey. W name tag though. W name tag though. I got these like little artifacts and I just keep them with me. I just kept them with me. I haven't did nothing with them. I just kept them. With me. Facts. So yeah, we're gonna put CarMax in like, I think CarMax is definitely up there as far as like jobs. We're gonna put CarMax up there. CarMax is definitely up there for sure. I don't have no stories, really. Everybody there that I work with was cool as well. And shout out CarMax, man. Yeah, shout out CarMax. Now, AMC. Worst of the worst. Last choice. It's my last choice. Like, I would never work there again because the pay is horrible. Let's start there. 1, 2, you're gonna be working with a bunch of middle schoolers. I just felt so out of place. Mind you, this was a few years ago. Like, literally. I think I was like maybe 23 at the time, maybe 22. I was working with a bunch of 17-year-olds. So I just felt out of place. And I left. And not only that, like, I had to go to each theater and sweep. And, like, just throw trash away, which was cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But I had to sweep. My manager made me sweep in the middle of the, as soon as you walk in the AMC, you know how you got the counter where you go up to the counter, you pay for the tickets, you get your popcorn and everything, and there's a big open space. That's where I had to sweep at. Mind you, there were so many people, bro. It just felt like a humiliation ritual, bro. So I left. Like after like 2 weeks, I think I got my paycheck and I left. McDonald's, worst of the worst, bro. This is my first job ever. McDonald's is going in the worst of the worst, bro. We already talked about McDonald's, bro. It was trash, but I got to work with my friends, so it wasn't that bad for me. But I personally would never work there ever again. Like, that was my first job. Me working at McDonald's, I saved up enough money to get my first PS4. And what else? I wasn't working there that long because I ended up moving. So I was only there for like, I think a year, and then I ended up moving, and that's when I went to Taco Bell. So yeah. Advanced Auto Parts is last choice as well. It just didn't pay that good. And I just worked with like old ladies. They were cool, like the job was cool. It just didn't pay that good. So I ended up leaving like after a month. Amazon and working in any kind of warehouse is the worst of the worst. Literally. Like, Amazon is the worst, bro. I can't even tell you how many horror stories I went through. Mind you, I've worked at multiple warehouses at Amazon. Like, I was the delivery driver for Amazon at one point. And they tried to frame me. Like, I was working for Amazon and I was a delivery driver. And one day I was just delivering packages and I get a random phone call from the boss. And he's like, hey, we got a, someone said that you have, you rear-ended or you hit somebody's car in the parking lot, or you hit somebody's car in their driveway and you have a hit and run allegation. And basically I hit their car and I drove off. I'm like, what are you talking about? So basically he made me come back to the warehouse and write my statement basically stating what happened. Nothing happened because I wasn't there. Like, what are you talking about? What hit and run? I didn't hit nobody's car. Mind you, like, what are you talking about? Like, the truck has cameras. So what are we even talking about? Why am I even writing this statement? So I end up leaving after that. Like, bro, y'all is playing with my time, bro. Like, what are you talking about? So after the delivery driver situation, I actually ended up working in the warehouse. Mind you, when you work in a warehouse, Amazon has a quota. And if you don't meet their quota, like, basically if you're not working fast enough, you're gonna get a red flag, bro. You get wrote up for that, bro. So basically the manager comes to my little station or whatever, and she tells me, like, hey, you're not moving at this speed, blah, blah, blah. She came to my station like 5 times. Mind you, there's so many other people she can go up to who are moving slower than me. So she just keeps coming to me, bro. Hey, you're not moving that. Hey, you're not moving like this. Hey, blah, 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 blah. Whatever she's saying, bro. I left, bro. Like, I'm not trying to hear nothing you got to say, bro. I walked out, bro. Straight like that, bro. Straight like that. Like, this whole, mind you, I've had all of these jobs in a span of like 2 to 3 years. So like within a span of 2 to 3 years, I was just like everywhere. Now this, I was a delivery driver at one point as well, and this job actually isn't that bad. I would actually put it at like decent, because when you're delivering pizza, you can actually just be on your own time. Not gonna lie, like once you get the pizza, you deliver it, they tip you. Sometimes it might be $50, sometimes it might be 10 cents. Hey, you're still getting money though. You get money for delivering the pizza, and you still get a tip. So you're kind of getting like 2 paychecks. You feel me? Like, it wasn't all that bad, but I ended up leaving after like 1 day. I'm cooked. I have no reason for actually leaving this job. Like, I just literally left it just because, I don't know, it just wasn't paying me what I thought it was gonna pay. But yeah, man, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe.